Hello my friends, I'm on the PTR of patch 11.1.5 where I have tested the horrific vision of Ogrimmar, at least the first build of it, in kinda its entirety of whatever I could do this early in the game. The first week it's probably going to hit us as well. And today I have 15 things to tell you about it. Things you need to know, how to prepare. I already spoke to you about how to prepare. TLDR, watch my old videos, but there is a lot more to say about this particular implementation of this feature. They have changed quite a few things basically, so that's why you should keep watching. And if you're a Horrific Visions fan, excited about the feature like I am, right now is your cue to give me a quick like and subscribe if you haven't already, because a ton more content about Horrific Visions is coming from me, the Horrific Visions Doctor. Alright, so Soridormu, if I'm not mistaken, what is your name, Soridormu or something, is meeting you at the Coreway over here. And Soridormu is essentially going to introduce you to the history of the Horrific Visions. She will tell you about, she'll give you a couple of quests, very simple ones, obviously to go into the portal, open the portal, go into the portal, and discover what the past holds of the Horrific Visions. On the left, you can hear, or you can see weaponsmiths, dragonkin weaponsmiths and armor smiths and other people that you can buy stuff from. So they sell you stuff for a certain amount of displaced corrupted mementos. Where do you get this currency? You get it inside of the Horrific Vision. Duh, that's where you get it. All the prices right now on the PTR are the same. They are showing to us that every item costs 500 of those displaced corrupted mementos, which is a fairly steep price, but I will tell you today how long you'll have to work to get even this kind of price. But simply because you can see that it's the same price for 639 gear, as well as you can see another guy here who is selling it for the same amount. He is selling the 658 gear. So just that fact alone is telling me that this price is going to be adjusted. So let's not dwell on this too much. That's why we're not spending too much on this farmable gear specifically. On the right of this gateway, there is this lovely hourglass of Horrific Visions and its custodian, Ogermo. As you can see, Ogermo is telling me that he already cannot do anything for me this week. However, before, he used to sell me a specific item, the one that serves as its own little activation item for this hourglass, and that hourglass contains our talent system, Horrific Vision talent system, if you like. So you can take a look here, and there are Horrific Vision upgrades. So basically, the more you have upgraded, the more of these special items that this guy gives you, the more you'll be able to put into here, and basically make yourself survive longer in the Horrific Visions. If you watched my preview on how to prepare video, which you should watch separately to this one, you will remember that I told you that we used to have a legendary cloak, the one that we used to upgrade, and the one that used to make us more resilient and resistant to the insanity, to the sanity loss within the Horrific Vision. That is your ultimate protection that there was, because everything is about losing your sanity inside there. Well, instead of the cloak that we obviously don't have now, in 11.1.5 we will have this hourglass of Horrific Visions with a bunch of talents. Before you ask me, it looks like currently you can only get up to 3 upgrades to this hourglass per, I'm gonna say, week. I do not know if it resets per day. I would be delighted if it's per day. You can enter the Horrific Vision as many times as you want. Essentially, you do not need to have any vessel of Horrific Vision anymore. You can simply queue up for the scenario right now once the portal is opened, and lo and behold, you can enter the Horrific Vision of Ogrimmar, no problem whatsoever, my friends, which is fantastic. You will see Rathian on the inside, and the kind of familiar environment, if you remember how Horrific Visions used to be, with a few minor adjustments. But the main thing there to know, again, is that you can enter the Horrific Vision as many times as you want, practice it, and get some of those mementos. So this is also kind of critical. So you get that currency you get from the chests, not just drops, not just random drops from some dudes. You get them from the chests. These chests you get at the end of the Horrific Vision when you successfully complete the Horrific Vision, and you get 1 chest per defeated boss. There are a few bosses, obviously, in the Horrific Vision, as you can imagine. And before entering Horrific Vision, especially if you are new to this, you can ask him to show you the map of the Horrific Vision, which is very, very important as well. Now, I recommend for you, so first of all, when you first come in, you go straight for the center and you kill Thrall to kind of complete the initial introduction quest, as well as if you are really unupgraded, not very familiar with the Horrific Vision, and all you want is this initial gear. Spoiler alert, first run, again I think per week rather than per day, the boss is going to award you a piece of gear for free. Well, for free. For killing him, you get one piece of gear, which is fantastic, and it's a gear of, if I'm not mistaken, I think it is a gear of eye level 626. So that's an LFR level piece of gear. Again, lovely. For kind of, well, there is a bit of effort involved here, which is lovely as well, but this is what you get kinda for free, but only once a week. In addition to that, you will continue getting mementos, and those mementos could buy you gear on the outside that you just saw from the vendors. Alright, so that's kind of how it works right now. You get one chest per defeated boss, and there is 150 items of currency in each of the chests. So if you defeat multiple bosses, you can multiply that as much as you want. You can kill Thrall, but not first. So I recommend that when you are completely unupgraded, yes, you go straight for him and you kill him. Enjoy your 150 corrupted mementos as well as one piece of gear. But then once you have upgraded a little bit, let's get to that point, you can kill 2 bosses. First week, I'd say you should aim at killing 2 bosses, and if you're very, very proficient, I think you can push for 3. So far, right now recording this, I have killed 2 bosses in the Horrific Visions with these upgrades that you just saw. But I do think that I can probably stretch for 3, and obviously I would update you and tell and walk you through the whole run. Now, Soridormu companion, so you can see here, she's standing with me here. Construct of Soridorm, I call her Soridormu, but she's Soridormi. So there is this little pillar here, if you didn't notice. So if you click on that pillar, you can tell Soridormi to protect, so tank, heal, or do extra damage, or go solo entirely. At the moment, it's unclear to me what benefits in terms of loot, higher item level, more items of loot you get for going solo. I take pride in finishing this whole thing solo in the patch 8.3 when the Horrific Visions were first introduced. Here, at the moment, it's not clear to me, but I'll get back to you on that. Now, you will ask me, Gyro, does it make sense even getting help from Soridormu? Yes, from Soridormi. So I've tested heals, kind of pointless, and DPS, definitely not pointless. I have not tested tanking spec, so it's another thing I owe you, and it would be my pleasure to record extra content about Horrific Visions for you, my friends. So, DPS spec definitely helps. She definitely pumps. On PTR, I do not have the damage meter, so I cannot confirm exactly how much she pumps, better than Bran, let's say, in the Delts or not, but it's definitely not nothing. So, it's definitely good, okay? But I would say that you cannot with her do optimized pools, and this is something I'll teach you as well in the further videos, because you can save once it becomes competitive for you, once the time is of the essence, yeah? I think smart pools, line of sight pools into the buildings pools become very, very important, but if companion is with you, she will interfere with your aggro and she will not let you pool properly, so be aware of that straight away. So if you are relying on her DPS, you cannot have properly nice smart pools. That is another point for you, which in my list was a point number 9 already. We're going well. So how much can you realistically clear, like I already said to you, without major Horrific Vision talent upgrades? So right now I showed you I have 3 talents, but let's start from the beginning, rewind a little bit. So first runs, only one boss, Thrall, without any orbs of Restoration of Sanity or talents. So don't try and be smart about it, just go and get your free loot, do not die unnecessarily, even though you can go again and again and again. I say 2 bosses solo you can do with 3 sanity orbs, which are unlocking. It's those orbs, that special button that you can click 3 times per Horrific Vision to spawn that orb and restore your sanity. So using those 3 orbs without having much of an experience, going solo, but being proficient with your DPS class, I'd say you can clear 2 bosses, okay? And you will go Valley of Spirits, so you will go basically, it's not a guide is going to be posted separately, proper guide. You're going Valley of Spirits first, you're gonna help Zekan save Ogrimar's shamans, you're gonna be here. and then you're gonna loop back and kill Thrall. That is your micro loop. That's what you're gonna do. If you are more proficient and once you have invested some talents, have invested talents, I'd say you can stretch for almost 3 bosses. I have not done it yet, but I'm going to plan to try and do it. That is with DPS companion, with Soridormo, with the DPS spec, and those 3 talents of the Hourglass of Horrific Visions that I just demonstrated to you. So remember also that the sanity drain within individual areas of Orgrimmar changes. So there is only 6 sanity drain over here on Thrall. There is 8 sanity drain in the side areas. So if you go here and if you go into the drag, which would be my 3rd boss obviously, so first this, then this, then this, then you are experiencing different sanity drain. Be ready for it. That's why you need talents to deal with this, okay? We don't have Stormwind yet, only Orgrimmar. Stormwind was harder than Orgrimmar in my experience. I have guides on both of the old ones versions, and I'm absolutely gonna push here until I get proper thing. These altars, or in place of these altars, this is where we used to put masks. Masks used to be this extra level of difficulty. Masks gave you special achievements and in the end amazing mount and amazing title. Here I have noticed that we have increasing kind of growth of these bars. I don't know yet what progress bar does, but obviously you earn the right to activate this mask once you have run the Horrific Vision many enough times. It's very interesting because it's asynchronously filling up. Here we have 8%, here we have 6%, here we have 7%, and I ran Horrific Vision before recording this video maybe 4 times, maybe four-ish times I ran it, and that's what's happening so far. So you're seeing what I'm seeing. There is a lot yet to interpret still for us. Overall, what am I gonna say to you guys? I'm still incredibly excited. I am keeping my fingers crossed for the main thing, that they are not going to time gate this too much. If they don't time gate it too much and they allow us to actually get loot from the bosses once a day, for example, not once a week, and if we can get more talents from that Draconid guy for upgrades of the Hourglass per day rather than a week, well, I guess they will. I think all chances are they will gate this content per week, because otherwise they'll feel like they've given us too much content too quickly. Like some people like me, fans, they're gonna be through it within what, first 2 weeks. And if they gate it by week by week by week, that makes us pay longer, that makes us stay subscribed longer. So I believe that they're gonna play it smarter, but also are going to slow us down artificially, which I'm not a big fan of. But I'm a big fan of posting more guides on how to clear these Horrific Visions, how to be best about it. So I hope these tips are helpful. Stay tuned, more content is coming. Detailed walkthrough, just walkthrough is going to be posted. I'm gonna run through the Horrific Vision and comment on this, so that's definitely what you can expect next. Totally, we're doing this. We're doing a 3 boss run, we're doing a 2 boss run. I'm gonna teach all the basics. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you can tell how excited I am. Stay tuned for more, and goodbye for now.